Hey Kevin, so I know that you do acupuncture, and I
Hmm.
know you
Yep.
help a lot of clients with fat loss. Can you explain that
Hmm.
how you do that in the acupuncture world?
Okay, so using acupuncture, well, if you want to achieve the weight loss, it's not just an overnight process. It actually takes some time and some patience. Um, so the needles can help calming the whole nervous system down, helping the patient, in this case, to gain some energy and to help them promote that circulation. So once that circulation gets flowing, which means, well, the metabolism kind of speeds up, or even going back to their regular speed, right? So, yeah, in that case, everything is pushing, so the body knows what to keep and what to, kind of like take out. So that's how we kind of approach the weight loss procedure.
Ah, that's very interesting. Yeah, I definitely believe that, yeah, helping improve circulation and everything. And I've done acupuncture before.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
and I am nervous of needles too, but acupuncture, it doesn't feel the same and it's not as scary and intimidating. So anybody that's listening, you probably
Yeah.
heard needles and maybe you were about to end this video, but like, can you help people that have a needle phobia?
Needle phobia. Yes, I've seen a lot of that. A lot of my first time patients, they like, does it hurt? Am I gonna feel like, something, or am I gonna bleed after? Um, so what happens is the needles are very thin. They're like kind of like the hair thin, right? So usually in the beginning, I would put it somewhere that's with more muscles. So they get to kind of understand, oh, okay, now the needle goes in. I don't feel much. So now I can proceed to the next steps, right? You would sometimes see a drop of blood. That's normal because sometimes when you take the needle out, you'll see it, but that's just like very very tiny little bit of it. So it's not gonna affect the person's general like overall well-being. So uh, yeah, they should be rest assured.
Awesome. Yeah. And I mean, same thing. I don't even recall drops of blood when we did it, but
Mhm.
there could have been. But it's so
They probably
it's
clean it
so
before you
quick,
noticed
and
it.
it's not even. I mean, I wouldn't describe it as painful. I think it's just
Hmm.
different. So, and I
Hmm.
know that
Yeah.
when anything is different in life, it's outside of our comfort zone. It can be scary, and I realize that. But I'm glad that like with all your clients, you kind of warm them up, build some trust,
Hmm.
explain the process, and I find it really
Yeah.
interesting that how you utilize it to improve circulation,
Hmm.
rebalance the body's energy, and it also helps all our clients a lot. And
Hmm.
I like that it also reduces inflammation and stops the water retention so that you don't feel as like
Right.
bloated.
Yeah, so like when it's kind of like think of it as a pipe, right? So in a pipe, if there's nothing clogged in there, the water goes through like smoothly. But once, sometimes after a long time, it clogs up, and then so the water doesn't go as smooth, right? So this is when you kind of like push it out and kind of like make that smooth again. So it's kind of the same concept with acupuncture.
Nice. Yeah, I like that. That's really good. Um, Anything else you can tell anybody that's watching this that they're like, yeah, I wanna lose fat, and I
Hmm.
want to do it fast. Anything else?
With acupuncture.
Yeah, yeah, or any tips that they can do.
Okay, well, with acupuncture, it's not just the needling. We also do the cupping. So what cupping does is also speeds up the circulation and improve the circulation around that area. So usually we would cup around like the belly. So well, if it runs faster, right?
Uh,
So
I mean,
all the digestion becomes better.
yeah, I like that. That's awesome. So yeah, anybody that's thinking about speeding up their fat loss journey, I'd say, hey, at least give Kevin a try. See what it's all about. I know it can speed up the process because I mean, similar to what we do, we increase circulation through
Mhm.
movement.
Yeah.
And we all know that movement can help everything. And sometimes
Mhm.
it takes multiple modalities to speed things up. Um,
Right.
so I mean, through resistance training, we're also aiming to speed up the metabolism. by building up the muscle fibers. And the more
Hmm.
muscle fibers in the body, it takes up more energy. More
Yep.
energy expenditure means you're increasing the amount of calories that you can burn in a day just resting. So
Right.
I think the synergy between the both modalities can help very greatly because we're basically doing similar goals. Ours is
Yeah.
improving circulation, ours is reducing stress, yours is
Hmm.
doing the same thing. Um, so
Yeah.
yeah,
So one's more with like movement, right? And the other one is more like, static, kind of like calming down a little bit, but still at the same time achieving the same goal,
yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. So yeah, um, I think that yeah, anybody that just wants to experience, maybe whether you experienced training, resistance training with yourself, if you haven't yet, try it out. If you haven't done acupuncture, try it out, and ask us questions because I mean we're the experts here to answer the questions. There's no silly questions. Um, Sometimes the internet's a scary place when you Google things. So if you want somebody
Yeah.
that you can trust, ask either of us. And worst case scenario, if we didn't have an answer, we would look up a study and find it. Now that's quite rare that with our knowledge base that we have to do that, but we won't make stuff up.
Hmm. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's really helpful. Anybody that wants to get in contact with us, just send us a message, um, and we'll get back with you as soon as we can. And Kevin and I are just looking at putting together programs to work with each other. So the more information that you share with either of us, the better that Kevin and I can work together and help you achieve that goal in the most time effective way possible.